Welcome, everybody. We'll just wait another minute for people to accrete and then we'll get started. Okay, so I see the numbers are still climbing, but I think we'll get started here in the interest of time. Try to keep things on schedule for people popping in and out. And so on behalf of the Gemini staff, welcome to day 3 of the 2021 Virtual Gemini Observatory Science Meeting. And so my name is Janice Lee, and I began serving as Gemini's chief scientist back in March of this year. And as mentioned yesterday and the day before, all the talk sessions every day begin with this round of announcements. It's to help to get people oriented, to help our registered attendees get the most out of the Whova app, the platform that we're using for this meeting, and out of the way we've scheduled the program and the content. So we're at the halfway point. On the first 2 days, we really set the stage. We had a State of the Observatory talk from Director Lotz. We had overviews of our current, future, and future instrumentation suite. We had an overview of the diversity of proposal modes available at Gemini Observatory to support your research. And then we talked about brown dwarf and exoplanet science and instrumentation, including IGRINS 2, Maroon X, GPI 2. And then we started yesterday with a session on galaxy evolution and AGN. And of course, we've had a good deal of social interaction on the Whova platform. And not only do we have a chat group on pet photos, but now we have a chat group on plant photos as well. And so you can see Steph's guava tree here next to Inger's goat now. This is a nice feature of the Whova platform. If you go to the community tab, you're able to set up your own chat groups. So have a look. Today, on day 3, we'll wrap up our extragalactic science with an invited talk on AGN. And then we'll begin a deeper dive into the future of the Gemini instrumentation suite in AO with dedicated talks on the upcoming instruments. At the end of the day, we'll cap it off with a planning workshop for targets of opportunity. And then tomorrow, our final day, we'll complete our TDA, we'll go into a session on TDA science and Gemini planning for next generation time domain astronomy. At the end of the meeting, we'll have a talk from Director Pat McCarthy on the future of Gemini within the context of NOIRLab. And we'll have a panel discussion. And this is just an announcement that after the panel discussion on the future of Gemini concludes, we'll be having a conference photo. So if you wish to participate, stick around until then, and we'll have folks unmute their video and take a few screenshots, and we'll have a photo of this virtual conference. Proceeding with the reminders for those of you who have joined us for the past couple days, you know this well now. For those of you who are just joining us now, each day we have chat sessions with speakers before and after the talk sessions begin. To sign up to reserve a slot, or if you just want to drop in and say hello, if you want to drop in to ask a question, follow up on something you heard in the talk, You go to the Whova agenda and there's a Google Doc link there with all of the links to the chat rooms as well as the schedule. So please have a look and take advantage of that. And finally, a reminder of how we are conducting Q&A during the workshop. If you go to the Zoom application, the platform, for each session, there is a dedicated Q&A tab. Type your questions there as you have them throughout the talk, and our moderator, our chair, will go ahead and review them and ask them at the end of the talk during the 5-minute Q&A session. The contents, the questions, as well as the discussion will be persistent throughout the meeting, as well as over at least the next month. So if you wish to follow up on discussions, those pages are available to you. If you have any problems at all during the meeting, you can pop into the Ask Organizers Anything section on the Whova Community tab. Or if you're having trouble with the Whova platform, feel free to email the LOC at Gemini21vsm@NOIRLab.edu. So with that, I will take a look for questions on the Whova app before I introduce today's chair. Any questions? Okay, great. So to introduce today's chair, we have with us Henry Rowe, who is the Gemini Deputy Director. He's currently based on Gemini South. His research interests are atmospheres and surface in the outer solar system. And he's well known for studies of the atmosphere of Titan, for example. And he's also interested in binary Kuiper belt object dynamics. So Henry, are you there? Ready to take it away?
Yes, thank you, Janice. And thank you everyone else behind the scenes here who's making this conference run so smoothly these last few days. We really appreciate it. So, well, good morning to some, good afternoon, good evening. And I think we even have a few people where it might be good middle of the night to you. Thank you for joining us from all over the world. We're excited to have you here today. Janice gave you, I think, all of the reminders that I have here in front of me regarding how we're going to do questions and answers in Whova, so I won't belabor those. Just remind the speakers that we'll have the 2-minute warning stars. They'll start appearing on the slide until you acknowledge. And everybody else, please come enter your questions into Whova so we can have some interesting discussions after each talk. And with those details out of the way, onward.